Hello, my dear Aries. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Welcome to my channel. I shall be doing a situationship reading and building the great mirror for you. Uh, this is a situationship reading dealing with the object of your affection, a lover or a friend, your dog, or perhaps a project, or perhaps your finances, something that you want to attain, the motivations of, say, a colleague or a friend. Okay? These are all options. It's your job to pull what you will. This is strictly a guide, but it doesn't have to resonate with everyone. Please take what you will. Thank you. Um, I shall work from the 1890 deck from you. This is the deck from BP Grimald Paris France. And it's a good deck. It's really old and it has some good wisdom within it. So we'll pull from that book of cards. Also, we'll find an oracle for you. We'll go ahead and get started. This is a love reading for Aries, mid-April 2020. Please relax and clear your mind, if you will. Try to find a way to understand your breath and focus on the exhale. Relax, clear your mind. Whoa. Whoa. Intense. Please relax. Clear your mind. Thank you. And happy birthday to any of you. Relax. Clear your mind. Okay, thank you. All right. There's a strong indication here, my dear Aries, that something that you once offered to was of no avail in terms of what you were offering energetically or creatively. There was a romance here that you could not add to anymore because each time you did, there was a feeling of dissatisfaction with the person you were offering to. Generally, they were quite low in energy vibration. They could not accept anything, and there was a lot of sadness or perhaps a gloom around them. But they considered your offer at one point, and it was out of temptation that they may have taken it. And because of this, they feel like there was an element of manipulation or coercion within the offer, and because of this, there was a shadow that emerged that was a bit of their own shadow self. Okay, so when they saw this, they were very, they couldn't deal with it. It was too toxic for them. So they had to release in some sort of way. And now you're moving onward and away from someone who was generally not depressed, but in low spirits. And you do not find that very attractive anymore. You're on the path towards something, and as you approach the motivation of trying to find something from this person, which was essentially commitment, you had to sacrifice a bit of that. It was a bit unhealthy for you to continue, so you sacrificed the idea of beginning something with them to a point of actually standing by your principle. And because you were sort of a catalyst for their awakening and seeing their own darkness, now there's this commitment to you as if they owe you something. some sort of commitment, a promise. But they still think about their past, and each time they try to open up emotionally, it feels like they become callous. There's something about them that's very rigid and perhaps slow moving towards your energy. Um, when it comes to this, yeah, I think you're gonna take a very hands-off approach, very fair-handed, and to a point of almost restricting yourself and trying to understand um, if there is emotions there. The thing is that this person may be a bit cunning with the way they approach this offer towards you in the future. Um, the thing is that they're chasing after you, but they're way too slow in their approach. Though they mean well, they mean for really a type of commitment. Um, their their emotional ambivalence and their emotional toxicity is holding them back too heavily, and they cannot ground themselves properly. I mean, they think they are, but there is a clear indication here that this person is perhaps not emotionally developed, or perhaps has too many issues with their own sense of grounding. Though they walk the path of materiality, of grounding, and offering something proper, they're just way too slow, and you've essentially gone quite far out to try new things in terms of your external world, trying new romances or new ways of giving your love to something that is proper. Maybe you haven't found that yet. Maybe you're going on a quest to go within and to understand the nature of how to receive, let's say. Maybe you're giving too much and you're not actually receiving properly, you're just due. Because when you offer love to this person, it's as if they become stagnant. They become stuck. They become very fixed on past relationships and how things haven't worked out. But when they come to you, it's as if like you feel burdened by not being accepted. There's like a way for you, unforgivingly, like you're not forgiving when it comes to rejection or them not being able to accept or receive love from you, and then it becomes an interplay where if they want to offer you something, like you've already moved on, something like that. Okay, let's keep the interesting. Where's your oracle? It's interesting because you guys are very heavy players in this idea of love, but this person can't be as direct as you would like them to be. There still is something from the past that they have to deal with, some sort of karma. I would say this is your oracle. So your oracle is the Knight of Cups. Okay, and this is you here, and the Knight of Cups here, as well as this is them. Interesting. Whoa. Okay. Yup. All right, my dear Aries. There is something here where consciously you are very much moving away from this energy, beginning anew somewhere else, finding passion, finding emotion somewhere else, finding satisfaction somewhere else. Um, but at the same time, there is the probability of it's as if you have the chariot here without the cart, without the vehicle. You have two horses, one emotional, one based on fire, one water, one fire. Through this is a very steamy movement away. But there still is something about your passions that look back at the situation. Um, this person is currently dealing with a massive realization as they return to what was left behind, and they are riddled and they are obsessed with the sadness aspect, the emotional depth. They can't handle their own emotions, and nor can they handle the love from you. Secretly, you desire to still give this person passion, but as you do, your passions are moving away There's like you're repulsed by this person in a way, um, but your heart is still with them secretly as well. Your emotions are still willing to be offered, but your passions are moving elsewhere, and your horses are as well. But it seems to me that the vehicle um, of elements, the vehicle of your design is not here yet. You are moving forward, yes, but you're split about the way you move forward, meaning moving forward to the external world, to trying something new. They are very, very stuck in the past. They were able to, if this is an older connection, they were able to move away and perhaps move away with someone else. But as they do this, they still look back and they feel an emotional depth with you that cannot be matched by anyone they moved away with. Um, and it's very sad for them because they look back and it's very emotionally deep, okay? Whatever you gave to them was quite profound. On the conscious level between you two, in the mirror, this is the mirror, the tier of the mirror, there is a strong, stubborn quality here. A stubborn quality that has to do with defensiveness as well as fortification, protecting your assets. Between both of you, there is a very stubborn quality. Very fixed, very structured, very based on what you can hold. And both of you are being apparently, you're mirroring each other in this aspect. Both of you need to make a choice with external worlds as well as the one that deals with the commitment between you two. If there is one, if there was one, if there was an offer for this that was very traditional, and it was based on creating a structure that is sound as well as a structure that is based on equality and on tradition. There also is a cross here. You guys are learning lessons from each other. Very traditional lessons. Traditional lessons here. Wow. On the soul level, your person or your object of affection has the Five of Swords, and it's in the reverse. Okay, the sword of truth is being laid down, and some sort of anxiety is here. That has to do with sacrifice. This person, this person's soul connection, both of you guys, are thinking way too much about what happened here. Um, and perhaps both of you are you're learning something here to I see. Yeah, there's a lesson here that this person is learning, for example, to understand the motivations of why they couldn't accept things, why they couldn't receive things, is because they were trying to control the connection too much. And in this control, they're realizing their faults. Somehow the thoughts are very active on the soul level, and that usually is a strong indication of some big problems or big challenges, because the truth is questioned, or the truth it needs to be challenged and understood. By trying to make rational choices in this situation, things are cut out, and because of this, they realize their mistake, and there's a big lesson for this person to learn from this. On your side, there's a great deal of anxiety or fast movement that you find with your connection to this person, place, or thing. This object of affection makes you move in a very fast way, but also in one that has to do with coming into terms with your anxieties, with things you cannot control. There was a lot of um, there was a lot of awakening happening for you in the situation. Perhaps you it forced you into a type of running away. There's a lot of energy away from this. It's as if you have someone who was trying to do the right things but was failing when it comes to acting reasonably, and then they realize what they said or what they did was potentially on the path towards um, some form of manipulation, or at least some it's like they try to have control over what they say, but it's very difficult for them to actually do things in the right, and then they realize all the damage they've done, and then you are in the state of moving on. Okay, um, let's see. Yeah, between you two, there's supposed to be some sort of growth process, some sort of learning. This person is here to teach you a lesson on the nature of movement. There's a lot of movement here, and it's always towards you and your external world. You're always moving away. You may be playing the runner in this situation if you believe in that game. I don't know. Um, and there's a lot of fast activity. It's a very active situation, but then also there's this like huge block, or this huge like need for foundation. Okay. Now, on the conscious realm, something is growing here, and this person is chasing after your wisdom, or perhaps your unsaid truth, something about what you know about the situation, having you move on. They want to understand why you're moving on, and I think it might be from the pre-read interpretation that there was an inability for them to really accept some form of an offer with the Knight of Cups. Therefore, you had to move on. You're exploring something and you're learning from your external world about the nature of romance in general, and this person is constantly sort of trying to move after you. They want to make some sort of communication after realizing something that they've done that wasn't entirely in the right ethic. Perhaps an apology is coming, I'm not sure, with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is also very playful. Between you two, there is a need to assert some sort of tension, to understand the motivations behind certain aspects of ego, or certain aspects of manifestation. There's going to be a huge sort of challenge to what is creating passion between you two. There needs to be something said, there needs to be a confrontation. But I think you're sort of playing the silent game. You have nothing else to say to this person. And in fact, you might feel a bit more evolved, and you may have an intuitive knowing of what's going on here already. There's something you can't say to them, but they want to talk to you. And it's as if you don't need them. In a way, you're growing beyond them and you're moving beyond them. Because there's an inherent sort of anxiety that you find with this situation. One, because of the motivations that they did, either in this lifetime or a past lifetime. Some detachments, but also from this detachment, they realize that they still have an emotional connection with you, and the offer you made to them in the past was like sort of a one-time deal, and it wasn't honored. So you have nothing more to say to this person, really. Um, Very interesting reading. Well, please take what you will. As far as advice goes, I will give you
some special clarity using the Russian Fairy Oracle from Ivan Bilibin. This was created in 1895, I believe, and it's been reprinted in Russia. Okay, that's too many. I'll take those two. This is the Oracle. You are in search for prosperity and as well as lineage, trying to understand where you're coming from. As you do this, there is a sense of peace when you raise your consciousness up and to really understand something about the communication that was occurring or not occurring between you two. You're coming into power and you're understanding the fine detail about the challenges of the situation. Yet you are still seeking some sort of great secret treasure. There's a possibility that you will be moving on. As you move on, it will be challenging, but from this lesson, you'll understand more about your soul's purpose, about the fine script, and understanding karma in its fullest degrees. Trust me, you're coming into a higher consciousness as well. You are surrendering or perhaps understanding what people say and the weaknesses behind what they say, and you're able to take these out and take them to school in a way. There's something about your intelligence that is rising, and you're able to analyze the situation with a better and finer approach towards detail. Okay. However, your quest for legacy or your quest for understanding the archetypes in the situation aren't clear. There is something about your own nature and your own emotions that are being suppressed, but your intuition is very much in play with the High Priestess. Um, and there is a sense that you need to grow and move on and find your power and move on from this situation on a soul level. As you do this, there is a possibility that you would have to still go through emotional troubles to find the infinite, to find a path that is external, that is far away, to find that new perspective. And as you do this, there will be an understanding of the contract between you and this person or object of affection. Okay? So move on, carry on. I think you're on the right path, my dear Aries. Thank you very much. I am available for consultations if you would like. Find me in my About section. Thank you very much, and I will see you next month. Bye.